Big up, guys. This is Kel from Kel Talks Chelsea. Welcome to Kel's Sunday Supplement. Just a bit of a catch up, really, on all events happening with Chelsea over the last week. 9 days to go in the window as well. So here I am. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. Before I crack on, press that like button. Please subscribe. Come and join the Kel Talks Chelsea family. And let me know your thoughts. Put your thoughts down below. I said yesterday in one of my videos that I wanted to chat about our midfield and the strength of the midfield and the strength of the defence. And when I'm talking about the midfield and the defence, I'm talking about the defensive side of the midfield and the centre-back positions at Chelsea Football Club. Just wondering if I've got a right for concern with the lack of numbers, maybe the lack of numbers of quality. Hoping you guys can let me know. But first of all, let's just brush over some sort of latest transfer news in regarding Chelsea. Players wanting to stay at the club, extending contracts, etc. And at the moment, it's mainly players possibly going out. So let me start with João Pedro, our new number 9. What's your thoughts about João Pedro wearing the 9 shirt? Is the curse real? Does it really exist? For me, not really. I don't think some witch doctor has come to the club and poisoned the holy turf at Stamford Bridge. I don't think there's a jinx on us. I just think with the number 9s, with the strikers we brought in, especially over the last sort of 10 years, it's us that have made the error with the quality that we brought in. Some players just average, some players terrible, some players past their sell-by date, and one in particular, a cement-booted rat. But João Pedro, he's taken the 9 shirt. I think he's going to be fine. He banged in, 20 goals for us last season. His first proper season as a main striker. He's always sort of floated in from the left or played in the 10 role, in and around another striker. He's had the odd go as the main man up front, but not on a permanent basis. So comes to a new club, comes to a bigger club, and still puts up the numbers. Yeah, he had a couple of little dark spells during last season, but it wasn't a good season as a whole for the whole team, was it? And the whole squad. But 20 goals, 15 in the Premier League, 5 in other competitions, with 5 assists in there. I don't think the change of number on his shirt is going to change his form. For me, in pre-season, he's looked red hot. He's looked the most that's rearing to go for this up-and-coming season. I think it was a big loss for Brazil in the World Cup. I think Ancelotti made a massive mistake in regards to the Brazilian team and the Brazilian fans. But for us Chelsea fans, he done us a favour because he's all fresh, isn't he? Yeah, I think he's going to smash it this season. Touch wood, no injuries. But if he can stay injury-free, I think he's going to smash it despite the number 9 being on his back. So good luck to him. Well, he has just signed, as we all know, a contract running up till 2034. Now, that will take him to about 32, 33. That would just be shy of his 33rd birthday. Is that a 6+2, 7+1, or is that a straight 8-year contract? I've got a feeling it's a 6+2, but obviously the terms and conditions, money-wise, is more favourable for him. I think he deserves it. I mean, I'm talking about those 15 Prem goals. They were non-penalties as well. Obviously, we had Palmer and Enzo Fernandez taking penalties mainly last season. So I think he's done a pretty good job. And I'm looking forward to watching him this season, especially the likes of Rodgers, Palmer, Kenda, even Gittins to a certain degree, and Esteval, those sort of players right behind him. So, and even Welbeck maybe playing 2 up front. João Pedro working around Welbeck. That could be an interesting thing, couldn't it? But yeah, we've got him till 2034, so that's good news. Let's move on to the next one. Badiashile, obviously we know this deal has finally gone through. It's just a loan with just an option. Now, the negative side of me is saying, oh, he's not going to perform. He's probably going to get injured and they're probably going to throw him back again next summer. And that's the last thing we want. We just want him gone, don't we? But yeah, his loan deal is complete. He'll be a Napoli player this season. Fingers crossed. He does a good job and they buy him fully next summer. More news, obviously, Chelsea rejected, and I mentioned this yesterday about Jamie Gittins. Chelsea have actually rejected a loan offer from Roma for Jamie Gittins. Apparently, Chelsea want to keep him. I know there's a lot of fans out there. I know there's a lot of us saying, oh, he's crap. He should never have bought him. He should never have come to the club. Look, he spent most of last season injured. We haven't really been able to have a good look at him in a Chelsea shirt. So in pre-season, he looked okay. I think he needs a chance. Then if he plays a certain amount of games this season, we'll get an idea whether or not he will be good enough. But you can't take it from last season. He was injured for most of it. So yeah, apparently Chelsea went, jog on. We're not loaning him out. We want to keep him. Chelsea open to triple striker deal in overhaul. With latest exit close. Now, this triple striker, I think we all know who the three strikers are. It's going to be Gui. It's going to be Liam Delap. And it's going to be Nicholas Jackson. Now, I know there's some people sort of 50-50 with Nicholas Jackson, and I can see it. He's better than Delap. He's better than Gui. Out of those three, he's the best striker there. Could he still do a good job at Chelsea? Yes, he probably could as a backup striker. But one, he's not going to want to be a backup striker. Yes, he can also play on the left flank as well, which would be helpful to us, could be beneficial to us, because he done that for Villarreal. Before he became a striker, he played on the left wing. But it's money. And again, I keep saying it, believe it or not, we are a sell to buy club. We have to sell to be able to bring players in. And I'll get to it a little bit later in this video where I still think we need strengthening. So Jackson, Delap and Gui look like the three going out, and it looks like we're going to keep, obviously, João Pedro's our first, number 1, number 9. Danny Welbeck as backup, and Emmanuel Omega as the third choice. I know Omega's got his injury issues. Hopefully just playing a bit part for the time being can help him with those injury issues. But I still think there's a good player in Omega. People dissing him and slating him off. When he's fit, I know his fitness is a problem. But when he's fit, he is a very, very good striker. And he's a typical Chelsea-style striker. Just the way he plays, I'm not saying he's as good because he's not. But just the way he plays does kind of remind me a bit of Diego Costa. A bit of, and he's got a bit of, why is it going out of my head? Didier Drogba. Sorry, how can I forget the geezer? Shame on me. But he's got a bit of Didier Drogba about him as well. He's quick, he's strong, and he knows where the goal is. He certainly knows where the goal is more than Liam Delap. Let's put it that way. And I think he is, with chances, a better striker of the ball than Nicholas Jackson. We know Nicholas Jackson likes to waste a lot of chances. He does score goals, but he wastes a lot of chances. I don't think Omega does. So if you give him the chances, I think he will score more if he gets game time. He will score more, a better ratio than Jackson himself in the long run. But that will be our three. João Pedro, Welbeck and Omega for this season. What's your thoughts on that? Are you happy with that? Do you think we still need something a bit stronger up front? But Jackson, it could be 65 million quid. You know, Aston Villa are still very, very interested in him. Apparently Napoli, yeah, them, one of the worst clubs in the world to do business with. were interested, but they're put off by the £65 million price tag. Well, of course they are. Of course they are, because Italian teams are skint, but they're also penny pinchers and awkward, very awkward teams to deal with. It's all right if they want to sell players, they'll rip you off, but they don't want to pay the money when they want to buy. But yeah, 65 million for him, that could be handy to go into certain positions, which I will get to later in this video. Delap, Forest, Everton, Como have had a little sniff at him as well. And there was rumours that even in Ipswich might be interested in him and a possible return there for him. Well, I think out of all those clubs, what would benefit him most is probably Everton. That nice new stadium, some good history behind them. I think they're a stronger team than Nottingham Forest. I think Forest are going to have their problems. As long as they got that owner there, I don't know what his name is, the Greek fella. As long as they got in there, I think they're going to always have problems. I think he could start an argument in an empty room, that bloke. So, but Chelsea won in £50 million. Now, if we can get 50 million quid for Delap, brilliant. I mean, he cost us about 30, didn't he? But even if we sell him at a more reasonable £40 million, there's still a 10 million straight profit there. Plus, it's also extra profit on book value because we've had him a year. So even at 40 million, if someone comes in for 40 million, get rid of him. Delap maybe, yeah. I think he'd suit Everton. The way they play and stuff. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, Tyreek George on the wing, those sort of players around him. I think they would suit each other. But he's just not suited to Chelsea. You come to a big club, a massive club, an elite club, far too early. 3 years' time, he might be mustard. And we might be thinking, oh dear, why did we let him go? But right now, we can't wait to get shot at the geezer, can we? Mark Gooey, whatever his name is. I think there was also interest in him as well from Napoli. Napoli interested in a permanent move. Now, he cost us 5 million quid, £5 million from Barcelona. So we get sort of 15, 20 quid's in, aren't we? You know, 15, 20 mil for him. It's not overly too much, is it? And I'm sure Napoli can afford that sort of money, surely. Or am I just thinking too far here with Napoli? I don't know. But yeah, they look like the guys to go. We could make some good money out of these three players. There's well over 100 million for those three guys. The only one that I would say, yeah, again, is Nicholas Jackson. Kind of keep, but I can see why we'd get rid of him. I want to go on to Neto. That £100 million asking price. I mean, that was crazy, wasn't it? I mean, I think with him, or more realistic, is 60 to 70 million. If we can get, say, 70 million, which is still maybe an eyebrow raiser in some people's eyes, but in this current market, I think he's worth it. He's not worth it in general, but in this current market, he is worth at least 70 million. Anything above that, obviously, is a bonus. But Al Hilal still sort of remain kind of interested in the guy. And if anyone's going to cough up the big dollar, it will be Al Hilal. He's another player I would prefer to see going abroad, to be honest. I just got this feeling he'll turn it on against us if he plays in the Premier League. But I mean, what did he cost? Just over 50 odd million quid for us. So even at 70 million, it's a straight profit. But on book value as well, it's even better. But you hear rumours about Neto. Then it goes quiet. Then you hear rumours. Then it goes quiet. So what's happening there? And talking about going quiet, it's Gusto. I mean, they come up with this £75 million for him. Do me a favour. £7.50 and a packet of crisps, probably, over his performances over the last 2 seasons. But I mean, if we can get 60 for him or something, it'd be a pretty good deal. But that's gone quiet. That popped up and it's disappeared. What's happening? So what's happening with Neto? What's happening with Gusto? We'll have to wait and see. Gusto, I won't be sad to see him go. Neto, there is a player in him. He has put in good performances for us. He's just not been consistent enough. And he did sort of nosedive, didn't he? Straight into the ground towards the end of last season. But you can say the same for most of the squad. Dario Sugo, 21-year-old, bought as a backup to Caicedo. You know, the man to fill his place whenever Caicedo needed a break or was suffering with injuries. Well, it's sort of, he had his injuries last season, so he kind of hit a brick wall, didn't he? And now you've got Hull City interested in the guy, exploring a loan move. Hull City. Chelsea are prepared to sanction a temporary exit. What's your thoughts on this? Now, this is what I'm going to get to later on in the video with the midfield and the centre-back positions and the strength in depth with those. Are we kind of shooting ourselves in the foot here, or can we afford to get rid of Asugo for the season at Hull City? Yes. Overall, it would probably do him a lot of good. He'd probably get more game time somewhere like Hull. I think he would suit them. But could it be detrimental to us? It's just leaving another gap, isn't it, really? We've already got rid of Santos. Some people say, oh, well, that's not such a bad thing. But that's still a space to fill within our squad, and we haven't done it. So we're going to get rid of another one. And I will get onto those midfielders again, and people can say, oh, there's Barco, there's Henderson, blah. Do me a favour. We'll get there. So what do you think? I mean, that comes from Ben Jacobs. What do you think about Sugo possibly going off to Hull City? For him, good, but for Chelsea, are we going to get anyone else in? But we'll talk about that. And Barcelona apparently inquired about Enzo Fernandez. Here we go again. Here we go again. The merry-go-round with Enzo Fernandez. I'm sick to my high teeth with all this Enzo Fernandez business. I'm sick and tired of the media, all the reporters and everything else pushing the narrative here. I'm sick and tired of it. Look, if he wants to go, Chelsea should have got rid of him. If he really wants to go and he's a problem, why is he still training with the main players? You've got people like Jackson and Tosin. I can't remember who else there was. There was somebody else. They were sort of training on the same pitches in the same area of Cobham, but they were still kind of excluded from the main event, weren't they? But Enzo has been full on with the main set of guys. So is he really that unhappy? Is this just paper talk? Is this just rumours floating around just to cause, just to stir the pot and throw shit at the fan? What is it? But I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all this. Oh, Manchester City this, Manchester City that. And Real Madrid's popping up again. We've been there, done it. What is going on? I want a definitive answer. I want a definitive result. Get rid, replace, or keep, and everyone shut the F up, because it's doing my Sweden. But apparently Deco contacted the club last week to inquire about it. But with this one from Cy Phillips, Enzo and his camp gave a definitive no. So they've said no to Barcelona, but we've still got this very quiet whispers about Real Madrid still. So what's going on there? But then we've got Maresca at Man City, which is the big one. Personally, if he was to go, I wouldn't want him to go to another Premier League club. But if he goes to somewhere like City, they're more than likely to cough up the big dollar for us. But there's the other side. We got 9 days left of the window. Not a lot of time to get someone in. And it's not just about us getting someone in. Who's willing to sell players at this stage? Then they've got to try and get replacements, haven't they? And I hate all this leaving everything to the last minute. So as far as I'm concerned, Chelsea should come out and just say, once and for all, so we can all hear, because we're all a little bit worried, aren't we? We're all a bit like unsure. We're all like, is he still going? Is he still staying? What is it? Well, we had little rumours with that deadline. Oh, that's it. If City don't pay up, they don't make any contact, they don't make a bid and all that, it's done. But since then, the media, it's been going round and round and round and round and round. We need the club to come out and say, shut up, everyone. just shut up. He's staying or he's going. One way or the other, we need to know. So Blueco, come forward. Please let us know so we know where we stand. But yeah, it's a flat no apparently from his camp to Barcelona. So he's going on about he wants to go to Madrid. Not necessarily Real Madrid, but the city. But why is this interest in Manchester? Seriously, that's not Madrid, is it? You know what I mean? Two worlds apart they are. But that's that. Give me your thoughts on all this. Let me know your thoughts on all about the outgoings. Well, we need to hurry up and get rid of some of these faces, don't we? Not necessarily Enzo, because I would like him to stay as a player, not as a person, because I think he's a bit of a donut. But as a player, I still think he can add something to the squad. You can't knock his GA. I think every season he's sort of got better and better. And him and Pedro, I would say overall were our best two players last season. So give me your thoughts on Enzo. But again, I'm sick of it all. I'm just sick of it all. It's doing my Sweden. Right, let's move away from sort of transfers. And I'd say concerns. I think they are concerns. Concerns on our midfield, but on the defensive side of the midfield. I mean, Enzo, if he stays and plays as a CDM, because is he still going to play as that 8 bombing forward, running into the box? When you've got Rodgers and Palmer, is he still going to do that? Or if he stays, is he going to be switched back to play in a double pivot with Caicedo as a CDM? And to me, those two don't quite work playing next to each other, because let's just say Enzo, for all his good attributes, he hasn't got pace, has he? Yeah, people tend to run past him so very easily. So as a defensive partner to Caicedo, I don't think he's the right man there, but I can still see Chelsea doing that if he stays. But if he goes, I would have thought we need two CDMs, didn't you? Again, replacement for Santos. Well, you've got Enzo if he stays. Caicedo is obviously staying. Asugo, we've got this whole business we've just spoken about that he could be off there. So that's another gap to fill. So what you're left with after that? Barco, do me a favour. Just do me a favour. I know he's got some tackers and all that, but he's experienced, he's raw, he doesn't know the Premier League, he's just come to England, he's come to another different country. He's very slight, isn't he? He's very wafer-like. Physicality, I worry about the physicality of the Premier League. I've got a feeling he's going to get bullied, proper bullied with the physicality and the speed. So is he the answer right now? No, he's not. And then you've got Henderson, past his best. He is past his best. I don't want to bitch about the guy too much and be overly negative, but he is past his best. And he was never the fastest. He had a quick brain. He had a good brain. I mean, yeah, he's a good leader. He brings experience with him. But what does he do now? Sideways, backwards, sideways, backwards. And how is his engine? You know, is he got the... I wouldn't say passion. He hasn't got the passion, but has he got the physicality, the stamina now to come in as a replacement if ever Enzo, if he stays, or Caicedo get injured? Oh, I mean, these guys are going to need a break at some time as well if they're both still at the club. So Barco and Henderson, really, are they the quality replacements we need to fill Enzo's or Caicedo's boots if they're injured or need a rest? No. So this is my fear. I think the defensive side of our midfield, I still think we need another quality player in. I really do. I think what we've got isn't enough. You telling me it is? I know sometimes Reece James is going to slide into midfield and help out. He's going to pop in there at times. We can all see that. He's done it before. But is that his best job? No. Is he the best at that? No. Can he do an okay job? Yes. But he's not absolute quality as a CDM, is he, James? He's a right back, or you play him on the right hand side of a back three. That's what you do. So, and I don't want James being run into the ground. Obviously, he can't do the wing back slot anymore. His hamstring can't take it, or no part of his body can take it, can it? So, but I don't want to be relying on Reece James to fill a space in that midfield. It shouldn't be the way to go. You know, he's on the right hand side of a back three, or he'll play as a right back and a back four. That's all he should be doing. You've got to save the guy. You can't go breaking him. And I think in midfield, it'll end up breaking him. But that's, even if he does do it, that's just a temporary fix, isn't it? We want someone of quality who can just step in straight away and just keep the ball rolling. So for me, I still think we're at least, and this is with Enzo staying, we're one quality midfielder short. Enzo goes, as far as I'm concerned, we need two. But time's running fast, isn't it? We've got 9 days. It's not a lot of time. And again, I'm sick and tired of Chelsea leaving things to the last minute. Should have been sorted, done and dusted. The Enzo business, done and dusted either way. And if he's gone, the money should have been spent on someone coming in with equal quality, or with the capacity to reach the equal quality or better than Enzo Fernandez. But there we go. Let me know what you think about the strength in our midfield. Now I'm going to go to the centre-back positions. I think we're all right on the left-hand side with Chavaria and Hato. And I think we're covered on the right-hand side with James and Palestra. And then right now, at this present moment, we still got Gusto as an option. But it's that centre-back area that I'm kind of worried about. Chalobah, been sold to Como. Badiashile has now been loaned, or season-long loan at Napoli. Disasi looks like he's having a straight loan to Crystal Palace. There's no option or obligation there, so he'll probably return. It wouldn't surprise me Badiashile returns as well, but hopefully not. Tosin's in the bomb squad. Now, normally when in the bomb squad, they're players you want to go. And there has been interest. Rumours about Villa interested in Tosin, Marseille. There were some others. I can't remember for the life of me. But he's possibly going to go. Wesley Fofana. Made of biscuits like Lavia. He come out of the McVitie's factory, same as Lavia, didn't he? 50% of the time he's broken, he's injured. 25% of the time he plays well, and 25% of the time he plays crap. We can't carry a bloke like this. He is a worry. He's going to break down somewhere through the season. I know it. Anselmino, currently injured. And he's 21, is he? And he's already got a history of injury issues. So that's another worry. And then you've got Achimpong. Constant rumours about loans and buys, people interested in him, possibly Chelsea getting rid of him. Now, if these are true and he does go, there you go. That's another option out the window. So what are we left with? Colwill. Now, Colwill, I think he's got a high ceiling. He's got a way to go yet, but he showed signs that he's got class, okay? I'm not knocking the kid. But what I'm worried about is his knee ligament injury. It's a big one. And then if anyone knows about knee ligament injuries or just knee injuries full stop, it's me. I've had my fill. I've now got a false knee at the end of the day, but I've had plenty of operations. Although I didn't play professionally, it still stopped me playing at the age of 25. And I do know about knee injuries. And I think we all do anyway. If you've got a bad injury, there's always that chance it's going to flare up more often than it should do. So there's that risk element with Colwill now, with his fitness. Hopefully he doesn't have too many issues with it, because the guy, I think, will reach the top. I really do think he will. But yeah, there's still that risk element with his fitness. And Lacroix, he's just in the building. He's fresh at the club. Although he's a very good purchase, a very good buy, and I like him and I wanted him, he's still new. So for this season, he's still bedding in, isn't he? So with all that, Chalobah, Badiashile, Disasi, Tosin, Fofana, Anselmino, Achimpong, Colwill and Lacroix, all those issues or the facts they're going and stuff like that, do you not feel we're still a little bit light with quality in that centre-back position? Can you trust Fofana to stay fit and then play consistently well? Probably not. Anselmino, injury issues. They don't just go away overnight, do they? Injury issues. Sometimes they never go away at all. So that is a little problem. Plus he's young and he's inexperienced, and he's not really had a lot of games for Chelsea, has he? Achimpong, is he going to go? Is he going to stay? I'd like him to stay. I wanted Chalobah to stay. I thought he would have been good backup to Lacroix and Colwill, but Chalobah's gone. Obviously, Badiashile and Disasi are no-goes. So you let me know, guys. Have we got an issue in that centre-back position? We get an injury or two, we're screwed, aren't we? Like we are in the CDM position. We get an injury or two, we'll be bang in trouble. Last season, we weren't so bad for injuries compared to seasons prior to that. What our problem was players getting suspended all the time, getting yellow cards and red cards all season, wasn't it? So that's where we missed our players most of the time. But the previous 2 or 3 seasons, we were one of the worst teams with injuries. You can't say that's not going to happen again. And of course, the discipline has got to be sorted. Suspensions. We're going to miss players. I still think we need a quality defensive midfielder. Not so much on the attacking front, because I think we're kind of covered there. But in that defensive one, I'm telling you how I feel. I don't believe Barco and Henderson are the guys that we should have as backup. I'm sorry. Not direct backup. They might be able to do a job for 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes at the end of a game if we're winning 2 or 3-0 or something. But right now, they're not good enough to come in and fill the space on a permanent, in a permanent situation, as it were, if Enzo is gone or Enzo or Caicedo get injured or suspended for any length of time. They're not the quality to fill that space. So for me, yeah, we need a quality defensive midfielder and we need a quality centre-back still at the club. But we're sell to buy. We've got a load of junk to get rid of. Maybe if we get our asses into gear, Blue Co, and start getting some of these bums out and some of these unwanted players gone, we might actually raise some funds to have a mad dash this week before the window shuts. But again, why are we leaving it so late? Why have we still got questions in our head? Why have we still got worries? Why are we a little bit nervous about our squad still? Let's say up front, I think we're kind of all right. João Pedro, Welbeck, Emega. Yeah, I would love an Osimhen in there, but we can all dream, can't we? But we got what we got. I think on either flanks, we're covered. And I thought, if Enzo stays, and he is sometimes played more forward, like he has been more often than not, we've got him, Rodgers and Palmer that can sort of fill that 8 to 10 role, haven't we? But again, I think if Enzo stays and he plays, I think he's going to be dropping back. There's another player I forgot in midfield. How can I do it? I've already mentioned the biscuits, haven't I? Lavia in midfield. There we go. That's another concern in our midfield. He's more of a defensive midfielder than an attacking midfielder, isn't he? And look at the state of him. His body's more broken than the Elephant Man. You know, John Merrick? I'm not an animal. I'm a human being. You know the one? Yeah, great film. Brilliant film. John Hurt and Anthony Hopkins. Fantastic movie. And a very sad true story as well. But yeah, Lavia's body's more broken than John Merrick, the Elephant Man. Can't rely on him. It's another worry. It's another issue, isn't it? So the more I think about it, the more I'm starting to worry. But you tell me what you think, guys. Have we got a problem? Have we got a problem? Should it be fixed? Can it be fixed? Will we fix it? Blue Co, Get the bums out, get the money in, and hurry up and get some reinforcements. We still need them. I think we're going to be stuck with Sanchez and Penders as our goalkeepers now. Any sort of goalkeeper whispers and rumours have gone very quiet. So I'm not sure if Alonso is 100% happy as having Sanchez as his number one. But I think he's just having to deal with it, put up with it. See how we go with Sanchez. Not everything about Sanchez is bad. I mean, his shot stopping is pretty good. You know, you can't fault him too much on that. But it's when the ball's at his feet, he's piss poor. He's awful. His radar is always off. His brain is always switched off. Even coming out for crosses, he can be extremely vulnerable at times, especially if there's a crowd for him to get through. He fumbles quite a bit. But let's see what Alonso can do with him. I think we're stuck with him. I don't think we're going to get Diogo Costa. I mean, there were whispers of what's his face at Aston Villa. Martinez. Because his deal fell through with, was it Inter or Juve? I can't remember which one it is. So he might still be available. Mike Maignan, that one died a very quick death, didn't it? That one. So yeah. Sanchez, I think, is going to be our number one, unfortunately. With Penders, the understudy, as the number two. But that's another position I think we need strengthening him. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me what you think. But there we go, guys. I've waffled on enough. This is my Sunday supplement. If we hear any more, I'll come back to you. But I did quite a few shorts yesterday. Go and give them a watch. And obviously, please like the video. It will help me out massively. Subscribe if you so wish to. Add your comments down below. I love to hear your thoughts. I love the conversations. So many people moan about, oh, they never get heard. Their messages never get read. They never get replied to and all that. Come to me. We'll have a chat. All right. But there we go. There's my Chelsea concerns and sort of an update on transfers that we sort of already know about, but it's the same news just going round and round, isn't it, at the moment? So hopefully we'll get some of these players out and maybe one or two more faces in, because I still think we need 2-3 players minimum. But there we go. Big up to you all. Enjoy the rest of Sunday, and I'll be back with some shorts. I'm going to do a quick prediction for the 3 Premier League games today as well, so look out for that as well. I did ones yesterday. I did okay with some of the results, but not necessarily the score lines. But see if I do better today. But it was nice to see Man United and Tottenham losing yesterday, wasn't it? Just had to throw that in there again. But hey ho, have a good Sunday. Watch out for my quick prediction video, which will be coming soon. All right, speak to you later. Big up.